Okay, so it's the shortest Upanishad, but the most profound. It has only 12 shlokas, but the 12th, each shloka of the Mandukya Upanishad is more deeper than an ocean, deeper than the greatest ocean. The more you dive deep, the more you understand, realize more. The same holds good true for other Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita as well. So whatever we've tried to do in whatever few sessions, 6-7 sessions, is understand the core message of the Upanishad. So what did we see in the shlokas that we already explored? So the Mandukya Upanishad starts with the teaching about Omkara. First shloka is about Omkara. What is Omkara? What are the sounds of Omkara? And that Omkara, it says, Om Itya Aksharam, Idam Sarvam. Om is everything. Whatever you perceive and whatever is beyond perception is nothing but Om. That's the first shloka. And of course, there is more. We already explored that in that session. In the second shloka, I'm just giving a recap of what's happening in the previous shlokas. The first shloka is about Omkara. So if you want to understand what is Omkara, read the first shloka of the Mandukya Upanishad, understand the first shloka. The second is, it declares the Rishi of the Mandukya Upanishad called Mandukya Rishi. Nobody knows who the Rishi is, but they call the Rishi as Mandukya Rishi. Mandukya is the frog. And the frog, just like the way the frog makes a sound, the Rishi keeps making the sound of the Upanishad. And what is the sound? The message is only one. Tattvamasi. You are that. You are that. You are that. And in the second shloka, what they derive as Mahavakya from the Upanishad, the statement is, I am Atma Brahma. I am not the body, my intellect. I am Atma. I am the self. And that self is Brahman. There is no other reality than that self. My innermost self is the absolute reality. There's no difference between me and Brahman. I am Atma Brahman. And the rest is Mandukya Upanishad's way of proving this or showing you how this is so. The moment it said, I am Atma Brahma, immediately you say, I am not Atma Brahma. I am not that. I am me. I am not Brahman. I am not consciousness. I am not the absolute. I am just a small person. I have a body, mind, intellect. I have a job. Trying to become big. But Brahman, maybe not. Okay, that's a huge responsibility. So, but the Mandukya Upanishad, you are that. And the rest of the shlokas is the Mandukya Upanishad explaining through the process of prakriya. The prakriya is, the teaching is the Vedantic teaching, Tattvamasi, you are that. How the teaching is expounded is through a prakriya. So what is a prakriya? So we saw in many of the Atma Darshan session, you are not the doer, it's the teaching. But the teaching needs to be understood in a certain way, with some analogy, with some immersive experience. So I told you, raise your hand or make a cup of coffee. Then you understand you're not doing anything. That process of understanding the truth is called prakriya. You understand? So without the prakriya, it doesn't enter your veins. It will be in your head. The prakriya is the way that the Vedanta Gnana becomes your realization. Otherwise, it will always be in the book, or it will always be very distant from you, or it will be intellectual at best. You know it, you've heard it, okay, because everybody knows now. Aham Brahmasmi has become a very like a catchphrase. Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. But how Aham Brahmasmi is prakriya. How I am not what I think I am. I am not the body, I am not the mind. Not to fool somebody else, but for me to be clear how I am Brahman, how I am Atma Brahman is the prakriya. And the prakriya that the Mandukya Upanishad takes is what prakriya? Avastatraya prakriya. The inquiry into the three states of consciousness, which all human beings go through: waking, dreaming, deep sleep. So it doesn't speak about some extraordinary sadhana or activity that needs to be performed for you to understand your Brahman. Just look at your waking, dreaming, deep sleep and understand what is beyond the waking, dreaming, deep sleep. Do a thorough inquiry, a very, very scientific and thorough inquiry. There should be no loose ends, no loopholes, no ambiguity of any sort. It should be crystal clear. Each state should be crystal clear. So it takes the subjective and objective experience of each state, goes deeper. It's like a scientist. No? You give a flower to a scientist, looks at the flower, takes out all the petals. By the time the scientist is done, there's no flower. By the time you're done with each state, there's no state. The waking disappears, the dream disappears, the deep sleep disappears. What reality is left will reveal itself. That is the power of the prakriya. And these prakriyas are only in the as a part and parcel of Vedanta. Only this approach of inquiring into the reality. What is reality? What is satya? What is mithya? Using your own discrimination, not taking, not believing in something, okay, not taking somebody's word for it. You start with the point where you have some belief in the Guru and the Shastra, but then you see the truth yourself. Until that happens, keep continuing the process of inquiry. So it starts with it goes on. I told you the first shloka is the Omkara. Second shloka is the I am Atma Brahma. Third shloka starts with the Prakriya. And third shloka is inquiring into the waking. In the waking, there's a waking world and the waking body-mind individual experiencing the waking world. So it describes what is the waking subject who is experiencing and the object that is experienced. Okay. And then it goes on to explain in the fourth shloka about the dream. In the dream, there is a different experiencer. So in the waking, there is Mr. Waker or Miss Waker. And Miss Waker sees a world. She's called Miss Jagrati. Okay. Right now, which are you? Miss Jagrati or Mr. Jagrati. Then in the dream, which is the fourth shloka, a different person comes. Miss Swapna. Okay, or Mr. Swapna. And he or she sees a Swapna world, dream world. Then another character comes. These two go, another comes. Miss Sushupti or Mr. Sushupti. And there's a deep sleep world, which is no object, just pure bliss. Miss Jagrat or Mr. Jagrat, Miss Swapna or Miss Swapna, and Mr. or Miss Sushupti. Which one are you right now? Huh? Where is that? Give me something to beat, no? Vivek, you have anything? Something to beat with? Okay.
I like.
Come. What are you right now?
Jagrati.
You're Jagrati. What are you right now? You can go back. Huh? Stateless. You? Swapna. Okay, what are you right now? I can't beat you. At least I'll use some abusive language. You can tell me.
Aham Brahmasmi.
Very safe answer. I am neither. So there are three characters. Miss Jagrat, Miss Swapna, Miss Sushupti. And all three or two of them cannot coexist. At any point of time, only one is there. Right now, where is Sushupti? And if right now you are Jagrati, Miss Jagrati says Sushupti and Swapna are unreal. Right? Are they real or not? Who's real right now?
Right now.
You are real. The Swapna and in the Miss, you are right now, Jagrati is in Bangalore, in Elita. Maybe Miss Swapna is in Paris. The Swapna will tell Jagrati is false. The Jagrati will tell Swapna is false. and Shushupti is false. Shushupti will tell both are false. In Shushupti, nothing is there. In deep sleep, there is neither the waking character, waking world, dream character, dream world. So the waker is not you. The dreamer is not you. The deep sleep is not you. In you, the Miss Jagrati is there. In you, the Miss Swapna is there. In you, the Miss Shushupti is there. You are the one that is illumining all of them. There is no way, forget you are not you're all three. There is no way you can tell confidently that you are Miss Jagrati. Because whenever you experience a dream, you experience it as if it's waking. So it's impossible to tell whether you're Miss Jagrati or Miss Swapna. In Sushupti, there's no problem because there's no word. Okay. So the third shloka explains about Miss Jagrati and her world. The fifth shloka explains about Miss Swapna and her world. The sixth shloka explains about Miss Sushupti and her world. Okay. The seventh shloka talks about that which is beyond these three states, which is called Turiya, which we saw in the last class. Okay. And the eighth shloka summarizes all these things. Now is the ninth shloka, 9, 10, 11, 12. So everybody caught up so far? This is the overview of what is happening in the Mandukya Upanishad. So far it is proved that you are not the waker and the waking world is also a dream. You're not the dream character. That is also a dream. The dream world is anyway a dream. And in deep sleep is more closer to your reality, which is absence of world, absence of body and mind. But there is something that passes through all these states. What is that? What is the constant in all these three states? Consciousness. What is that? You are aware in all these three states. Miss Jagrati is aware of herself and the world. Miss Swapna is aware of herself and the world. Miss Shushupti is aware of herself and no world. So awareness is common. That awareness is the reality. And that awareness you are. I am Atma, Brahma. That awareness is unchanging. So in the last class, the seventh shloka was about what is that awareness. So there was a detailed explanation in the Mandukya Upanishad what that awareness is. It has no qualities. It is neither it doesn't know the waking, doesn't know. You can go back to the previous video or the previous shloka. Today I'll focus on the shlokas of today. But there's a detailed explanation of what that awareness is and that you are that. Today, so the Mandukya Upanishad, what has done is it has given the highest teaching of Omkara first. Okay, and how Omkara is the absolute. Then it has given you a Mahavakya. You are the statement that I am Atma Brahman, my inner self is Brahman. Okay. Then it is explained through a prakriya, the unreality of waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. Now it is giving and one more offering. So one product has many offerings. Okay, so it's already given the offering of Omkara, it's given you the offering of the Mahavakya, it's giving you the offering of Avastatraya Prakriya. Now in the last four shlokas, it is giving you the phala, the result. It is giving you now that you understood, you got to know all this theory. Okay, that this is unreal, that is unreal, this is unreal, I am Atma Brahma. How do I take this knowledge and implement it in my life and benefit from it? Otherwise, it's useless. Just because I told you you are not waker doesn't make any difference to your life. You have to deal with the waking world. Right? It has to have some useful. It has to have a utility value in your life. So the Phala Shruti is the utility value, is the implementation of the Gnana. It has multiple levels as Upasana, as Karma, and many things. I'll focus on the higher order and just touch upon the lower order meanings or interpretations. Okay. So we'll take shloka number 9. Repeat after me. We're taking up shloka number 9 now. Jagrata sthano Vaishwanaro Akara Pratama mantra Apter Adamit Twadva Apnoti Havai Sarvan Kaman Atishcha Bhavati Ya Evam Veda. So if you understand this, Ya Evam Veda, if you understand one who knows this, whatever it's telling in this shloka, what is telling in this shloka? Jagrata sthano, the first quarter. It has Brahman has 4 quarters: Jagrata, Swapna, Shushupti, and Turiya. The first quarter is Jagrata, the waking world. In the Jagrata, in the waking world is encompassed by Akara. The Akara is the ruler of the waking world. And one who understands this, what is the phala? Sarvan Kaman Adishcha Bhavati Ya Evam Veda. One who knows this, one who knows the Akara of the waking world, all his or her desire will be fulfilled. Such a great incentive to study Upanishad. You have any desire, study Upanishad. It is guaranteeing all your desire. If you understand Akara, all your desire will be fulfilled. So very simple. Just close your eyes and keep chanting. Will it work? So it clarifies. Sa evam ya evam veda. You have to know it. There has to be a wisdom about it. Only then will that happen. I'll come up with the fulfilling of desires. We'll talk about what the shloka is trying to tell. The waking world is pervaded by Akara. So Omkara has 4 parts. Akara, Ukara, Makara. 4 sounds. Akara, Ukara, Makara. 3 sounds. And the 4th is silence, Shanti. That follows chanting of Omkara. A, U, Ma, Shanti. Okay. Akara represents the waking, Ukara represents the dreaming, Makara represents the dream world, and the silence represents Turiya. Now, in this shloka, 9th shloka, we're talking about Akara alone. Understanding Akara will fulfill all your desires. So what does this mean? How do I understand Akara? So the waking world, in the waking world, you see, what do you see? You see a world and you are there, and you have a body, you have a mind, you have various, you have some roles that you have to play, you have problems, you have suffering, you have power, fight for more power. So all this is your waking experience. But is that really so? Whatever you experience in the waking world, is that reality? So the most obvious in the waking world is the sky. Everybody sees the sky, part of the waking world. The sky is not blue. Sky appears is blue, right? You see the sky is blue. Is the sky blue in reality? No. The sky appears to be blue. The sky is not blue, right? So there is a evident misinterpretation of reality in the gross world itself. In the gross world, with my sense organs, I'm seeing something which appears some way, but is not so. Is that part clear? The sky appears blue, the sky is not blue. The sun appears to rise in the east and set in the west, but sun doesn't move. The earth is going around the sun. You understand? So there are various such physically evident superimpositions or false interpretations of reality. Now, the problem is, sky being blue, green, yellow doesn't make a difference to my life. Whether that is true or false doesn't make a difference to my life. You understand? The sky, yeah, I say, is not blue, it's some other color. This knowledge has no impact on your life. Right? The earth the sun going around the earth going around the sun doesn't make any difference to your life or your suffering. Does it? Doesn't matter? So the scientists come and tell, no, we have scientific proof that earth is going around the sun. So what? It doesn't make any difference. It just so that in your debates and your interactions, you don't sound stupid. You have the scientific knowledge that earth is not, sun is not going around the earth, sky is not blue. You just clear about the optical illusions. Okay. So this superimposition that you're doing, the sky is blue, the knowledge or the ignorance is not hampering your life. Is that clear? So first of all, there is some reality. You're superimposing blueness on some reality. There's a sky reality. On that, you're superimposing blue. Now, that superimposition doesn't make any difference to your life. But the problem comes when you start superimposing on the subject. Okay. You telling the sky is blue doesn't cause problem in your life. You telling I am this body causes big problem in your life. That is a problem of the waking state. You understand? The outright optical illusion. Sky is not blue. You are not the body. But you experiencing yourself thinking yourself as a body creates problem in your life. Like you thinking sky is blue or green doesn't create any problem in your life. But the moment you think I am the body, problem starts. Okay. You understand? So now how do I understand what is the reality of the waking state? And the Upanishad is giving a pointer. The Upanishad points that the waking state is akara. What is this akara? We'll understand. The substratum of the entire waking state, the content of the waking state is what? If you understand, then you become free from the suffering of the waking state. So what do you see in the waking state? You see a separation. Me and something else. Okay? Me and something else. And you see the something else is something or some person or some object. So let's take one example. So all of you can see this. What is this? Okay. Huh? What is this? If I take the stick, it will be a different answer. You should give me something harder to hit with. Just giving me paper. Okay, what is this? Surekha, what is this? Object. What object is this? It's okay, answer. I won't hit you. Tell me, what is this? What fabric it is? You don't know. What is this? Tell that. No, it's a simple question. Why do you always infer that I have some hidden agenda? Vivek, what is this? Kurta. Okay. What is this?
Kurta.
Name and form.
Name and form.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the object which is nothing but the knowledge, and that is nothing but the knowing principle.
So I am naked. I'm not wearing anything.
No, that's the object is nothing but the knowledge that I have, and that's nothing but knowing principle, the consciousness.
So this is kurta. Okay. Right now it's not consciousness. It is kurta. Okay. It is orange color kurta. Okay. Now the kurta, the way entire waking world is made up of object. I'm taking one example. Is the kurta. Kurta is, it has a name, it has a form, and it has a function. If you cut it half, it becomes shirt. Okay, the form has changed. Little extended, it's a kurta. Okay. You alter it a little bit, it becomes a shirt or a t-shirt. And it has a function with some pockets and some, it covers the body function. Name, form, function is a kurta. Now the name, form, and function is superimposed on something else, which is the reality of the kurta. Name, form, function is not absolute. It is a superimposition on the reality of the kurta. What is the reality of the kurta? What is the kurta?
Cotton.
Kurta is a cloth. You understand? Kurta is cloth. But is cloth kurta? No. So now look at my kurta. Recognize the kurta. You recognize? Now there is a name and form. You're at the level of the name and form. Now let's go next level. The reality of the kurta is cloth. And cloth doesn't have kurta in it. Kurta has cloth, but cloth doesn't have kurta. Is that part clear? Okay. Now recognize the cloth. It's same object. You're only changing your vision. Now you recognize the cloth. Now recognize the cloth in the entire room. You see all the other cloths. Okay. The moment you recognize the kurta, you see only one kurta because I'm the only one wearing it. The moment I say recognize the cloth, now the spectrum is increased. Your perception is increased. All that is made up of cloth comes into your perception. Okay. The cloth is the reality of the name and form. Is the substance of the kurta. Is that part clear, Vivek? Now, without the substance, there is no kurta. So the cloth is the cause, kurta is the effect. No cause, no effect. Is it clear? Okay. So what is this? Now,
Cloth.
Now the cloth is also not cause. Cloth is also effect. What is the cause for the cloth?
Cotton.
Okay. Cotton is plant. Plant is the cause for is a substratum, is a substance of the cloth. Now you can see more. All the plants come into your perception. Plant is nothing but earth element. Now recognize the substance of the kurta as earth and recognize all that is made up of earth here. What all is made up of earth element here? Everything in this room is made up of earth element. You understand? Savita, following? So the substance is the reality. Okay. The object is just superimposition, name and form. The substance is earth. Just everything made up of earth. But the earth element itself is made up of
Atoms.
Subatomic particles. And nobody has seen the subatomic particle. Have scientists seen subatomic particle? What is subatomic particle? It's a mathematical equation. Right? Can they see? Has anybody seen subatomic particle? That's why in different explanations, the shape keeps changing of the subatomic particle. The illustrator draws something because that's not how it is. Nobody has seen how it is. Nobody knows how it is. They only know it as mathematical equation. It exists as an equation. So what is it?
Nothing.
It is a concept. What is a subatomic particle? It is a concept in the scientist's head. Now it's come to your head. Now, what is your waking reality? What is the substance of the entire waking reality? Concept. Your waking world, the subject and the object, both are, what is the substance of both? A concept that they exist. That's all. You understand? And the concept is still the object. This has to somebody know the concept, no? Somebody who knows the concept. But somebody from whom the concept came is consciousness. Okay. And in consciousness, there's nothing to know. There's only consciousness. Consciousness becomes the concept to know the concept. Otherwise, consciousness cannot know anything. So consciousness is like light. Okay. So here there is light. Now you know there is light because you see a hand and you see light is bouncing off. If I remove my hand, light is there. There is light, but there is no knowing of light. You understand? So in consciousness, until a concept appears, because objects do not appear in consciousness. You understand? In consciousness, there can be no duality. In Brahman, something else cannot come. Only at a concept, Brahman, in only imagination level, it can come. So in the imagination of Brahman, concept comes. And the moment a concept comes, the light of consciousness bounces off. Not the physical light, the light of awareness bounces off, and there is a creation of known and knower, subject and object. So what is the object? All objects are what? Concept. And that concept is called akara. Akara. You understand? The entire waking world is akara. How you understood now? You understood? The entire waking world is akara. You understood logically how? Savita, did you understand? Whatever object you perceive is nothing, the substance of everything is nothing but consciousness. You are into some terracotta and designer jewelry. Are you into gold jewelry? Have you gone to a gold store? You've gone? So in the gold store, you see many things, different shapes, names and forms. Ring, chain, bangle, anklet. But the substance of everything is gold. If you melt all of them, what will remain? If you melt everything, you can't physically melt the universe. But if you melt with the wisdom, fire of wisdom, only akara remains from the waking world. And that akara is concept. You understand? That concept is consciousness. And that concept is there to reflect awareness. Otherwise, awareness cannot be known. For awareness to be known, for like the light to be known, I have to put my hand. Okay? The hand is dependent on the light. Light is not dependent on the hand. The world is dependent on the awareness. Awareness is not dependent on the world. And whatever world you see is nothing but awareness taking the form of the world as a concept. Because in awareness, there is nothing apart from concepts. You understood how awareness takes the form of the world? How? Explain. The awareness is pure. In awareness, there is no object. For awareness to know itself or to know anything, something has to obstruct its light. Okay? And that something can never be there. It is impossible that an object can come up in consciousness. So all the objects you see are only a concept. To give another example, you see you go into Miss Jagrati, goes into sleep, becomes Miss Swapna. Where is she now? In Paris. Right? In Paris, she sees the Eiffel Tower. Okay? Is the Eiffel Tower real? What is the Eiffel Tower made up of? The mind of Miss Swapna has become the Eiffel Tower. Okay? So do you understand how the awareness takes form of object? Very similar to how your mind takes the form of the object in the dream. Just the way your mind becomes the Eiffel Tower, becomes all the people in Paris, becomes the train, becomes the vehicles, becomes everything else. Same way, awareness becomes in the entire waking world. And the entire waking world is nothing but awareness. That's why it's called akara. Without awareness, can you perceive the waking world? Can you? Yes or no? Vivek? The awareness is primary. Without awareness, there is no perception. And what is perceived is also awareness. Because what is perceived is nothing but concept, not object. You think you are perceiving object, but you are perceiving a concept. You've never perceived an object. No object can ever be perceived because you simply don't have the instruments to perceive them. Like how I told you, subatomic particles can never be seen simply because there's no instrument to see them. Similarly, whatever object is there in the world, you don't have the instruments to see. What you see is only a part of it. See my hand. Do you see my hand? No, you don't. You see, let's say you're colorblind. Can you see my hand? Your seeing is still limited. You don't see the color. Now, who is to say there is more to my hand that you are not able to see? Maybe the bird is there, sitting there, is able to see. But you don't have the instrument. So you can never see objects. One, because they're not there. But you only perceive concepts. And all concepts arise from awareness. And that arising of concept in awareness is called akara. That's why it's called first sound. What is the first concept of the child? Akara, amma, ma, right? That is the first concept of the child. It knows its mother. It's the akara. So all objects are nothing but concepts, and all concepts are nothing but modification of awareness. So when you go to pure awareness, the modifications disappear. Like how when you go to cloth, the kurta disappears. Although it's there, it disappears. When you go to awareness, the entire world disappears into awareness. So what you are seeing, perceiving, is nothing but the light of awareness. It's called Atma Jyoti. Awareness is called Atma or Brahman. And what you're seeing is the reflection of that light. Okay, and the reflected light is called Atma Jyoti. And this is called Atma Jyoti Prakriya. So the shloka, what he's trying to say is, one who does the Atma Jyoti Prakriya, or one who understands the Atma Jyoti Prakriya, or one who does Nididhyasa on Atma Jyoti Prakriya, all his or her desires will be fulfilled. I'll come to this part now. But did you understand how everything is? The Atma itself, whatever exists is only Atma Jyoti, the reflection of that light. Savita? So the Upanishad is trying to explain that the world of objects that you think you are seeing is nothing but you're seeing your own awareness as that. Whatever objects you perceive is nothing but awareness. How this is so? Is it clear to everybody? Because in the previous shlokas, this is what was told. The subject and the object, and both the subject and object are unreal. This shloka is talking about how do I put it to use? How do I bring it to my realization? By realizing the substance of each object and subject. So when you look and see, oh, the waking world is such a big world, and you start inquiring into the objects. All the objects are made up of some substance, which is the reality of the object. And the ultimate substance is concept. And the concept is nothing but a reflection of awareness. It's awareness itself in a different form. But awareness is more than that. Awareness is just not the concept. Like kurta is made up of cloth. Cloth is kurta, and cloth is more than kurta also. Awareness is the concept. It becomes a concept, but it's also more than the concept. So you take your attention from object to concept to awareness. Then the objects, concepts, everything merge back into awareness. What remains is awareness alone. And that awareness you will see as the reality of the waking world, the dream world, deep sleep world. Not only the waking, that same awareness is the reality of the waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. One who understands this knows that, one who knows this, all his desires are fulfilled. What does this mean? The desire is of the process of this contemplation can be done out of two motivations. What is in Vedanta is known as either out of some desire, sakama, or with no desire, nishkama, to realize, to become enlightened. So two motivations can be there to go into this process. Either I have a desire because I have some desires in life, or I want to realize the self, nishkama, sakama or nishkama. So the Upanishad is talking about all those people who have a dharmic sakama and who understand that awareness is the reality of the existence, and they do upasana or nididhyasa this way. What happens is, first of all, the mind calms down. Why the mind calms down? All the notions in the mind, the thoughts in the mind are concepts in the mind. And all those concepts start dissolving because you've gone to the root concept of awareness. Okay? This is called Gnanagni Dagdha Karmani. The wisdom burns all karma, meaning wisdom burns all the secondary concepts. Now that you've understood the shirt, the kurta is a concept, can you be attached to the kurta? The wisdom of the substratum of the object brings detachment from the object. Okay, removes fear and many concepts. We live with many concepts. All those concepts starts dissolving because you see through and see the substratum of everything. Okay, so you apply this logic to your husband or your wife or your spouse. Till now you're seeing them as a spouse. Then you start seeing them as subatomic particles and concept. Oh, my husband is just a concept in my mind. You met the same husband in the dream. Okay, in the dream the husband shouted at you. But then when you woke up, you realize it's my own mind creating the dream. That husband who shouted at me, even in the dream, he's not behaving in a different way, even though it's created by my own mind. It's just a concept, appeared and disappeared. So you understand that everything that you are perceiving now also is the same. It's only an appearance right now. It's not absolute. And that purifies the mind, meaning annihilates many concepts of the mind. The mind becomes very clear, very, very sharp and clear to perceive reality. To perceive reality in the waking world. Okay? So the waking world will lose its hold on such a person who understands this. Now the person will have hold on the waking world. Okay? That's what it means by his or her desires will get fulfilled. At one level, the person's dharmic desires will get fulfilled because now the mind has become clear and more powerful. But in reality, what it means is the desire is always what are all your desires? The desire is for some object, to get something. But the desire is never for the object. The desire is for what the object creates in you, the experience the object creates in you. So somebody desires to get married. But the desire is not for the person. The desire is for the inner experience that the person brings. You understand? So the desire is always, what is the inner experience it brings? Let's say somebody desires power. Let's say somebody desires some house, some car, some job. The reality behind all that desire is happiness. They're desiring happiness. So one who's understood akara has found the source of happiness, which is awareness. So no longer they desire objects. So all their desires are fulfilled because they have found something which is beyond all desires, which is awareness itself. So once you've got, and that is called amrita, or the elixir. Once you've got the elixir, you don't desire for any other chai or coffee or wine or anything else. So all desires get burnt out. So don't think the moment I get enlightened, whatever I desire will manifest, will come in front of my eyes. When you realize the truth, all desires vanish, because desire is the is uh, is happening because of a misrepresentation of reality. When the reality is perceived as it is, there's no room for desire. It's like when you wake up from the dream, will you desire for the dream Paris? You'll desire it in the waking world, but that you won't crave for anymore. That doesn't have hold on you anymore. When you are part of it, when you are immersed in it, it has a hold on you. When you have seen its reality, that it's a dream, it doesn't have a hold on you. So when you see the reality of the waking world doesn't have a hold on you. When it doesn't have a hold on you, you don't desire, you don't crave anything from it. You understand? So that is what the shloka, the shloka is trying to say. The one who knows this, one who knows the entire waking world as akara, becomes all his desires are fulfilled, simply because he or she has transcended all desires. Okay, but if this is done as a upasana with some desire, sakama, and the person meditates or does upasana on reality as akara in this process, then that person's dharmic desire, whatever that person desires, does get fulfilled. That is the phala of understanding akara and understanding the waking state. This is what the Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad explains. So everybody understood the 9th shloka? Sumanji, where is Shesharji? Missing? Did he miss it? What I said?
No. He is here. He has a small muscle spasm, so he is not able to sit. So he's walking and listening.
Okay, he's listening.
Here.
So any doubts so far?
No.
Is akara clear?
Yes, Guruji.
How everything is awareness is clear?
Yes.
In awareness, there are no objects. At any point of time, whatever you perceive is nothing but reflected awareness. One who knows this is free from the waking world. No matter what condition you're in the waking world. You can be in war, you can be in anywhere. But you recognize the awareness, then that situation has no power over you. So I'll tell you one more way you can put this to use in your own life. Think of okay, come back. Somebody's taking a break. I'll just give 1 minute for them to come back. So Biplavji, Mithaliji, clear? Akara? Vivek, is it clear? Savita, waiting for you for the second exercise. Maggie, 2 minutes. Vivek, is it clear? Is it useful? Understanding akara is, don't have to say yes for me just because I'm sitting in front of you.
How do you know French, Sadhguru?
How do I know?
French.
How do I know French? I don't know French.
Okay.
I was learning French for some time from Sureka, who's sitting in the class. So if anybody wants to learn French, you can contact Sureka. She used to be a French teacher in Paris. That's why I keep telling Paris examples. Oh, sorry, English teacher in Paris, French teacher in India. That's weird to be a French teacher in Paris.
I was about to ask the question, why is all your dreams in Paris and Eiffel?
Okay. Now, let's think of some situation which hurt you a lot. Okay, you're able to think of it. Some event in the past, some situation in the past where you hurt a lot. Any such situations there? Yes, no? Huh? Yes. You have? You have? Yes. All of you have? Anybody who doesn't have? Some situation which hurt you. Okay? You don't have to say. Now think of situation where you were happy, the happiest. Okay, you have the happiest? You have? You have? All of you have? Okay. Now think of some ordinary situation. Yesterday, breakfast you were eating. Neither happy, neither sad. As long as it's neither happy, neither sad. Some arbitrary situation, maybe from a long time ago, not recent, 10, 20, 30 years ago, based on your age. Some memory of I was playing in the playground, I went with my friends, something normal, no happiness, no sadness, just a normal situation. Okay. Everybody have it? 3 situations: neutral, positive, negative. Is there any other possibility in life? So your whole life is, predominantly your life is neutral. Okay. But you go on making miserable, thinking about the bad situation and hoping for a good happy situation like how you had at that happiest moment in life. Correct? So your neutral situation, you convert either into, only into misery, either thinking about the misery, the suffering, or thinking about the happiness that you don't have now, that you will come tomorrow, or the happiness that you had sometime. Either way, it's suffering. Okay. Now, what is common in all these 3 situations?
I am common.
I am common. I am there in all situations, and it all happened to me. Okay. Now, in the neutral situation, your focus is on your body and mind. The experience of the body and mind. Correct? Let's start with the worst. In the event of suffering, where is your focus? What is the focus of that experience? That person told this to me. Nay, how did that make you feel? That is what is the pain, right? What that event or situation or person created effect in you. Maybe you could have gone through the same situation as a child, not felt anything because you don't take anything to heart. But 10 years ago, somebody shouted at you in front of everybody. That made you feel miserable. You're focusing on what? Body and mind and event. Surrounding. Body, mind, surrounding. Anything else? Is anybody else focusing on anything else? Is it clear? Suffering part is clear? Now come to the happy part. In the happy memory, what are you focusing on? When you think about it, what are you focusing on? Same, subjective experience. Okay? Body, mind, and maybe event. Maybe event, maybe not event. In the neutral experience, again, you're saying neutral based on there's no elation, there's no depression. It's just neutral, bland. Okay? There's no salt, there's no sugar, there's no spice. It's just bland. Now, in all those 3, the experiences are unreality. Okay? The experiences are unreality. That's why they don't exist now. That's why they change to happiness, to sadness, to neutral. And they go on changing. What was the reality? Now let's focus on the reality in this event of suffering. Again, recollect the image of the event of suffering. What is the reality? What was happening to your awareness that time? Was your awareness getting affected when you were suffering? And that moment, you had some bad moment. Was anything happening to the reality? You, when I say reality, I mean you awareness. That you say I am, no? I am that time, I am now, I am tomorrow. That I am, did it get affected? Savita? Let's say somebody lost their leg. Did the I am get affected? Did they? Body got affected. Mind got affected. And after some time, they came out of the pain. But did the I am change? Look at the I am in all these 3 situations. Has it changed? In the neutral, in the positive, in the negative? No. If you learn to pay attention to always awareness in all situations, no situation will affect you. and you will never suffer. Some pain will happen to the body, but if you're able to put attention on awareness, that I am awareness, this is going to pass, you will not suffer. Let's say in the future, tomorrow somebody shouts at you, start paying attention to the awareness, you will not suffer. Smiling, right? It makes sense or not? So you've only learned to pay attention to what? To the unreality, which is a concept, and concept is not perpetual. It arose at that time, and now it's not there. Now it only exists as memory, which is also another concept. You're suffering. Does it exist now? But do you still suffer that now? It doesn't exist now, but you still suffer that now. So you're suffering something that doesn't exist. Yes or no? Why? You're suffering something that doesn't exist. Neither did it exist then. You can't tell it existed at that time. Did it exist at that time? At that time also it existed only as a concept. The only thing that existed is awareness. Is only the reality all the time. If you are able to sa evam veda, that's why Upanishad clarifies, not only intellectual understanding. One who knows this, Veda means know. Sa evam veda, who knows this all the time, he is free, liberated that moment. So at any point of time, and that's the beauty of adversity in life, it is an opportunity for you to recognize the awareness. The amount of awareness you can recognize in adversity, you cannot recognize in joy. In joy, you become diluted. Your awareness becomes diluted. You become very compassionate, very giving. Okay, that's why children come to you when you're joyful. So they can ask you. And you will tell yes. The normal response in happiness is yes. Okay? And the normal response in suffering is no. Reject even all help also. If at that point you're able to shift your attention to awareness, hey, something is happening to me now, but nothing is happening to me now. Nothing is happening to me. Who is me? Nothing is happening to awareness. So even tomorrow, I will be unaffected. Awareness will be unaffected. Tomorrow, today, even death. Even when death comes, you will not be perturbed. And that is called Jivan Mukti. Jivan Mukti. Mukti means when you're alive, you're able to, your compass is pointing to awareness. Any situation. Because that's the only reality. Everything else is a concept. If you miss this, if you don't understand this, you live in illusion. If you understand this, you are in Brahman. It's only a matter of understanding. No going to mountain, no attaining anything. Surekha is saying something. Huh? How will you put into practice I am awareness? When you face a situation, do you have to become awareness? Who has to remember it? Right now, you're in a situation. I just hit you. Who is getting affected? Body and mind. Is anything happened to you? That's all. If you know now that even in the future nothing will happen to me, you're free. You don't have to constantly remember, I am awareness, I am awareness. I told remembrance only when you're so deluded by what is happening, then you shift the awareness to awareness. Then you shift your attention to awareness. Let's say whatever suffering happened to you, something similar starts happening again. First of all, because of the wisdom that is imparted, it will not be the same experience. Even if you don't want, see what happens is unconsciously, your unconscious behavior will come. Oh my God, why is this happening? The moment you say that, the Gnana Vritti will kick in. Who is this I? My voice will start coming in your head. who is suffering? Who is this happening to? Who are you? Then at the moment you're free. That's all. And that is the state of Krishna. Today is Krishna Janmashtami, so I have to tie it to Krishna in some way. Krishna consciousness is that. Krishna is pure awareness. We think from our perspective, oh, Krishna is doing so much. He's playing flute, he's doing Rasa Leela, he's fighting the war. Nothing he's doing. He is awareness. Unperturbed, non-moving witness consciousness. That is Krishna consciousness. To know Krishna consciousness is not to become musical or to become powerful. It is to become witness consciousness. That is why he was a witness. Whatever life you will see in your 10 lifetimes, he saw by the time he was a child. The moment he was born, he had the threat of death. But he knew that I cannot die. When you know you cannot die, which is reality, you cannot die. Awareness has no death. The entire waking world disappears. But do you die? Deep sleep is exactly like death. Body goes, mind goes. But are you there? You there or not? Who means? Yes or no? As awareness, you're there. Even now, as awareness, you're there. So if you look from the point of view of awareness, what exists? Awareness alone exists. So then what is all this that I'm seeing? It's nothing but a reflection of my awareness. How? Just the way in the dream, whatever I see is a reflection of my awareness. In the waking also is a reflection of my awareness. You say, but what about all these things I see? Can all these things you see exist if you are not there? You'll say, no, if I'm not there, this person will be able to see. That person also, only because of your awareness. You are primary. When I say you, I mean awareness. And the awareness is not, so you say, I had a suffering experience. You say, I had a suffering experience. You say, I had a happy experience. She said, I had an experience. The similarity between both of your experiences, I am. You also say, I am. She also says, I am. The one who went through the experience, the body-mind was different. In your case, the body-mind was different. Was the awareness different? But same awareness experienced the experience of this body-mind, that body-mind. One awareness, only one awareness, and that you are. And whatever you see is only a reflection of that. Why it exists? Because without that, you cannot know the original. Without an obstructing surface, light cannot be known. Savita, laughing. You thought of something. Share the joke, no? Is it clear? So this is Akara. Okay, I already took 1 hour for Akara. I'm going to fast forward now. Any doubts in Akara? How the waking world is Akara, is it clear? And one who understands this, all his or her desires will be fulfilled. They transcend desire. You transcend joy and sorrow. At any point in life, you after a session, you just pay attention to you open all your records, okay? You bring all this Google photo gallery, old albums, marriage album, forget everything, take marriage album. Both husband and wife open the marriage album and start seeing, okay? And see the marriage album, how you are experiencing, and shift the attention to awareness. Then all marriage will disappear, husband will disappear, everything will disappear. आपकी शादी ही नहीं हुई, आप सदा कुंवारी हो, मिताली जी. That is why Devi is called, what is it called? Katyayini. Have you heard of Devi called Katyayini? It's a Katyayini temple. Katyayini means she's ever young, ever unmarried. Don't think there is some Devi. That is you. You can never be married. You're eternal. You can never age. You're eternally awareness. Awareness is pure. That's why Krishna is always painted as a child. The consciousness is pure like a child always. And you are wearing blue without understanding Krishna. Why Krishna is blue? Sky is blue. Sky appears blue. The word Krishna means the dark one. Okay, dark blue. He's painted blue by the artists, by the rishis, because the sky is blue. You cannot find a beginning and an end for a sky. Okay? Consciousness has no beginning, birth, or death. When I say consciousness, you, even after the body goes, no matter what the body goes through, no matter what the mind goes through, the awareness is always pure, untouched. And it is in your experience all the time. You always say I, but only you superimpose body mind on I. The body mind has birth and death. You're superimposing immortality of the I to the body mind. Okay. Just shift your attention to I. All situations will lose its power. Usually you feel a victim of the situation. Let's say something happens on the street, people gather. You feel overwhelmed. The situation is powerful than me. When you shift your attention to awareness, you have the power of the situation. Because awareness is the primary. Situation is secondary. You understand? Making sense? Okay, let's go to the next one. Any doubts? Otherwise, I'll go to the next one. Kundanji, clear?
Ji, akshars are clear.
How everything is awareness clear?
Yeah.
Just understand, if you are giving reality to the world, it is only in your head. It is a misconception. You suffer because of the concepts that you carry in your head. You suffer because of some event or something happened sometime. It is unreal. At the moment it was happening at all, it is unreal. You said yourself, Surekha, you are suffering because of something that is unreal right now. That's something to look at. And that is the only thing that's going to free you. And that is the beauty of the Upanishad. It doesn't tell surrender to some god. It doesn't tell do something, do some puja, nothing. Look at what you're perceiving. And look at the reality. Okay. Swapnasthana, Taijasa, Ukaro, Dvitiya, Matro, Karshat, Ubaya, Tvad, Utkarshati, Havai, Gnana, Santatim, Samanascha, Bhavati, Nasya, Brahmavit, Kule Bhavati, Ya Evam Veda. So the next quarter, the next Gnana or Upasana is to be done on Ukara, which is of Taijasa and Swapna City. The gross is not the primary. The waking is not the primary. The waking is still a secondary when compared to the dream. Okay, the dream is subtle. The waking is gross. The subtle supersedes the gross. The subtle is more powerful than the gross. Okay, in the dream you can fly. In the waking you can't fly. The dream is more powerful than the gross. Okay, the dream state, understanding the dream state and understanding of Ukara in the dream state, what it'll do, the Upanishad says, Nasya Brahmevit Kule Bhavati. The one who understands the truth about the dream state, the Ukara in the dream state, there'll be nobody who is unenlightened who will be born in their family. Brahmavit Kule Bhavati. There will be no unenlightened person born in their family. Okay, now you'll think, oh, such a great hope. I can have enlightened children. The next 3 generations will be enlightened. The swapna, it says the swapna, it contains the qualities of the waking and the deep sleep. That's the beauty of the swapna. It contains the qualities of the other 2 states. It contains the quality of the waking, which is projection. Okay, it projects the world. And it contains the quality of deep sleep, which is ananda, bliss. Your suffering in the waking is not so much as the suffering in the your suffering in the dream is not so much as the suffering in the waking. In the waking, you can be miserable. In the dream, although you are experiencing it, you cannot hold it. It's there, but it's not very solid. Like how it's in the waking, it's very solid. Okay, that person said this to me. But in the waking, when you think of the person, you can't get a clear image. Can you? In the waking, things are not clear. But there's a notion that this is real. That unclear image that you're seeing, there's a notion that it's real. That's why you go through it. So let's say you're boarding a flight to Paris. You won't tell, this is a dream, I'll not board the flight. You will board the flight. You will see you'll see some dead person, but you'll never question, hey, that person is dead, he's still alive. How is that so? You will see some mismatch with reality, but you accept it as reality and you go ahead. So it has an element of reality and it has the element from deep sleep. So it is more powerful than the waking, but it's less powerful than the deep sleep because still there's a projection. There's still a projected world. And what is that projected world? Is all ukara. Ukara is the more subtler sound. In the waking, you see a gross world. In the dreaming, you can be certain that all that you see is your mental projection. There is no doubt that every single atom, dust particle, croissant, bomb, or enemy, friend, whatever is seen is a mental projection. Okay? Everything is a mental projection. It completely disappears when you leave the waking. So when you leave the dreaming. The same thing happens when you're in the waking. You take the waking to be real, but everything in the waking disappears when you move into sleep, dream. So there are 2 projected states and 1 interval state. Okay, 2 states of watching movie. So my wife had we'd gone to Mumbai, I think 2 years ago. She had gone to some conference. It was a full day conference and I was jobless and I didn't know anybody there. So I have to pass my time. And that day, Spider-Man movie had released and I want to see. So, and I have to pass the whole day. So I bought 2 movie tickets. Morning, I watched 1 movie. Then there was a gap, lunch break. Then again, I watched 1 movie. Then evening, her conference was over. We came back to Bangalore. So this is what you do every day. First, you see some projection. First, 1 movie called The Waking, which is a movie, but you take it to be real. Then that movie goes. Then you go into interval, deep sleep. Okay? There's an absorption of the waking world. It's not that from the waking directly, from immediately at the end of Spider-Man, they start showing another movie. No, you have to go out of the theater, again show your ticket, again come back. Right? So you see the waking movie, it withdraws into deep sleep, and again a dream world is projected as if it's waking. You experience that. Again, it's withdrawn into deep sleep. Then you wake up into the waking, withdrawn, again deep. This goes on. So between 2 movies, there are intervals, but both are movies. So the one who understands ukara, which is what? That it is only a projection, and it is told it is higher than the waking, because if you're able to understand that, you're able to understand even the waking as that. Because there's no way you can differentiate which movie you're watching right now. Which movie you're watching right now, Savita? Are you watching the waking movie or the dreaming movie right now? Surekha? Which movie are you watching right now? Waking. So let's say you're in Paris. You are sleeping and you are attending the Zoom session. I asked you the same question. What would you answer? So how can there be two wakings? Either there are two wakings or either there are two dreams. There can't be a waking and a dream. Which is real? Two wakings or two dreams? Vivek? Two movies. You're watching two movies, but whenever you watch the movie, it's unlike a movie in a screen. This is a 5D movie, 5-dimensional movie. It's an immersed movie, immersive experience. That's the only difference. Maybe in the future, there'll be technology where they'll put some gears and put plugs into your body where you can even experience the movie, which is exactly like that. Actually, some scientific forums believe that the entire world is a simulation. There's some highly advanced artificial system which is built by an advanced race, and we are only simulations in that, according to scientific advanced minds, which is exactly what Vedanta is telling. Everything is a simulation of Brahman, in Brahman. Nothing is reality. Just because I see it, is it real? Sky is blue, is it real? So this argument of just because I see it, is it real? Not false. Oh no, I feel it. Everything you feel in the dream, if you eat the croissant in the dream, you can taste it. Is it real? What makes you say this movie is real? So this is the wisdom of the Ukara. So one who understands this, there'll be no unenlightened person born in his family. Means when the Upanishad talks, the word that they use for family in the Upanishad is Kula. So many of the Sanskrit words don't have equivalent English translation. Many of them, almost 90% of them, do not have an equivalent English translation, simply because the Sanskrit is a language from the point of view of awareness. But any other language is the point of view of object. So in Sanskrit, in English, the sun is sun. Sun is an object. Only sun. In Sanskrit, sun has 7-8 words. Surya, Ravi, what is that? Savita. Okay. Sun, one object has many names because they're not talking about the object. They're talking about the consciousness behind that object. In Sanskrit, fire is fire. In English, fire is fire, called fire. In Sanskrit, fire is called Agni. And when they say Agni, they're not referring to the fire. Agni means agani, that which makes everything move. Agani. Ga means gati. Means what is causing the gati. Gati means movement. Something that is causing the gati is called Agni, not the fire, physical fire. What is causing the gati is consciousness. Without consciousness, nothing moves. And that is why fire is worshipped. Because you're not worshipping the fire, you're worshipping that which gives everything movement. The biggest galaxies and the smallest atom. Okay. So the word used here is Kula. Kula doesn't mean family. Kula commonly is known as family. That's why you see the word is Guru Kula. The Guru Kula doesn't mean the blood relations. Kula here means the Gnana relation. They're referring to Brahmavid Kule Bhavati, means that person who has understood has become a Brahmavid. So none of his students will be unenlightened. So all his students will be self-realized. And that is the importance of Guru. Without Guru, it will not come. So it's not like, okay, an enlightened person will give born to an enlightened person. The enlightened person's disciples, because he'll teach, the Guru will pass on the wisdom. And that wisdom is what will awaken. And there will be no person who will be unenlightened, who knows this, who has come in contact with such a person. Is that clear? This is the Falashruti of understanding Ya evam Veda. One who knows Ukara, one who knows the projection, everything is a projection, very similar as a mental projection. Please understand, every thought that appears in your head about your life, about you, is a mental projection. You can be certain that it's not reality. Now, what does this wisdom do to you? You live with false notions about yourself and you suffer. That something happened to me and you label yourself as a limited entity. Okay? You carry notions about yourself. Or somebody told something to you. Somebody told somebody, there's a child, and when the child goes to some family gathering, one of the senior relative tells the child, make some comment about maybe the physical appearance of the child. The child will live with that comment to the rest of their life. They'll have an inferiority complex. Simply because they accepted a superimposition by somebody else. The wisdom that I am not all these notions brings immense freedom. You become free from all your limiting beliefs about yourself. Okay? So typically you're a bundle of limiting beliefs. Yes or no? So many limiting beliefs, and they don't operate at a conscious level. You see their effect at a conscious level. How do you see their effect? As desire. I want, people have desire. I want the, big cars, big mansions, gold, and everything should be visible because they have inferiority complex. The deepest inferiority brings the desire for massive external expressions. Okay, that is the problem, not having objects. If they address that without an object, also they can be peaceful. Then the object becomes a bonus to their being. You understand? So they all these beliefs, notions about yourself, they operate at a subconscious level, which get burnt because of this gnana of who you really are. And it's not an unconscious gnana. You have to consciously awaken to it. And that is why the Upanishad makes the statement, I am Atma Brahma. The day you make the statement confidently, I am Atma Brahma, based on the Vakya of the Guru and the Shastra, and your own effort that you have put into understand life, then nothing can shake you. And that is called Mukti. You understand? Any doubts in that? Ukara, shall I go to the next one?
Understanding of basic and dreaming state.
Okay. Understanding. So the first one is, the first ninth shloka is about, Akara is about understanding of the waking state. How do I understand? Through Atma Jyoti Prakriya. That Prakriya is called, each of these para is a Prakriya. It's a tool. Prakriya means tool. So in the Atma Jyoti Prakriya, what do I do? Whatever I perceive, I understand is as a reflection of me. Okay? Whatever experience I have, I understand the substratum of awareness. Then what happens? Your mind always stays in awareness. Mind doesn't move. If there's some mind is equanimous in all situations. Simply because it is holding on to Atma and perceiving everything as Atma Jyoti. There is no world without the self. The world is only a reflection of the self. Okay? This fulfills the desires. This brings the freedom. Now the second is, what Prakriya is second? Second is called Darpana Prakriya. Darpana means mirror. In the dream, the dream world appears just the way objects appear in the mirror. Let's say I'm holding a mirror. You see objects. You see as if there's space in the mirror. Is there space in the mirror? There's no space in the mirror. And there are objects in the mirror. There's time in the mirror. Let's put a clock in the mirror. There's time in the mirror. But is that really time in the mirror? There's some object in the mirror. Is there really object in the mirror? Everything appears to be there, but nothing is there. Similarly, in consciousness, everything appears to be there, but nothing is there. But then you'll ask, oh, but the mirror is reflecting the original. The mirror is the space in the mirror is reflecting the original space. What is the consciousness reflecting? If consciousness is reflecting a world, there must be some original world that is reflecting. No. In consciousness, the original and the reflection are the same. So consciousness is like the mirror. In the mirror, the object, space, time, everything appears. Subject, object, perceiver appears. And everything that appears is a projection. Just the way your dream appears, where there's nothing. You can perceive it, but is there anything? Is something real? Nothing is real. It's just an appearance. To understand this is to understand the dream and to understand the waking. To understand the waking also as a movie, dream also as a movie. Both are appearances, just the way objects appear in the mirror. So Ukara is Darpana Prakriya. Akara is Atmajyoti Prakriya. Is this clear? Any doubt? Savita? Vivek? Clear or not? Okay. Now we go to shloka number. So this was shloka number 10. Shloka number 11. Shushupta sthanaha pragno makarascha trutiya matra maitreya pitrerva minoti hava idam sarvam api itischa bhavati ya evam veda. The third quarter is now of the deep sleep and the sound is makara. And one who knows this. So first of all, it says, it is into this that everything goes back to. Okay. And the one who knows this becomes everything. First of all, this is Tritiya Pada, Shushupta. And what is Shushupti? It is into which both the waking and the dream, the projection, go back to. So where does the world dissolve into? People talk about pralaya, the world gets destroyed. The world gets destroyed every day when you go into deep sleep. It's not that it's going to happen after some time. The entire world that you know gets absorbed, like how a tortoise absorbs itself into that shell. The entire world, all projections, be it the waking or the dreaming, all projections gets absorbed into where? Deep sleep. In your deep sleep, there is no waking, there is no dreaming. Now, deep sleep supersedes the subtle, which is dreaming, and it supersedes the causal. You understand? Gross is waking, but you think waking is top. You understand the shift? Waking is the lowest. Upon waking is dreaming. Upon dreaming in deep sleep, because deep sleep withdraws both. You understand? Otherwise, you think waking is the foundation. In waking, I'm experiencing sleep in deep sleep. No, in deep sleep, you're experiencing waking and dreaming. So deep sleep, when deep sleep happens, when you're in deep sleep, there is no world. There is no reflection now. Okay? Awareness is there. There's no reflection. That's why awareness is not known. You understand? There is a knowing in deep sleep that nothing is there. But there's no knowing who is there. You understand? There is knowing that there is no world. There is knowing that nothing is there and there is bliss. There is no world, there is no body, and there's no questioning also. Hey, right now I was seeing the world, I was in Paris. Where is Paris? No, there's no doubt. Right now I had a body, I was in the waking, I had some wound, I had some disease. Where is that? No, there's no doubt. No, everything about the waking and the dream has disappeared, annihilated, withdrawn. Where is it gone? It's gone to a subtle state. It's been the concepts. First of all, they were all concepts. They were not actual objects. Now there is no conceptualizing. So deep sleep is a state where you don't conceptualize. There are no concepts in deep sleep. That's what it's meant to say. There's no world in deep sleep because there's no concept. For a world to be there, there should be conceptualizing. You're no longer conceptualizing in deep sleep. Oh, I am this, I am that, nothing. All conceptualization has stopped. And everything is all projections have withdrawn. All desires are gone. What remains in deep sleep? It's a pure non-dual awareness and bliss. Okay? But there is no knowing of that. There is no knowing, I am there. I am consciousness. I am the one who is not disappeared. That wisdom is not there. Okay? It's an unconscious state. It's an unconscious state, but the effect of wisdom is happening unconsciously. You're experiencing nothingness. You're experiencing bliss, but you're not conscious about it. Okay? Now the difference, the whole point of Mandukya pointing out this is, if you understand this in the waking state, you get the benefit of the deep sleep in the waking state. If you know yourself as the awareness that is pulling back everything, which is projecting everything, which is the only reality, which you experience in deep sleep, which you, if you understand as Makara, okay, then you become everything. Then you understand in the waking and the dreaming that whatever is projected is coming from me, the awareness. You understand? By understanding the nature of the deep sleep state, that nothing is real, everything has been withdrawn, everything is been withdrawn except my reality. What is my reality? What is my reality in deep sleep?
Pure awareness.
Sat, Chit, Ananda. Existence, pure awareness, Ananda, bliss, which is my nature. One who knows this, because he has understood the waking state, he becomes all. He or she understands that whatever is projected is me only, is me getting projected. Me becoming the project. There is no real Paris. I am the Paris. I am the world. In deep sleep, there is awareness of nothing. In Gnana, there is awareness of nothing and awareness. That's the only difference between Gnana and deep sleep. That's why deep sleep is not Gnana. That's why you wake up into the same world. Again, you wake up as the same person. But in Gnana, if you take the insight from the deep sleep that, hey, there was a time when there was nothing and I was there. Okay, I was there without a body and mind. I was there without desires. I was there without the need for anything else. I alone was there. And that is my nature. That's why it didn't disappear. If that was not my nature, it would have disappeared. The body disappeared because it's not in nature. You understand? It's not inherent. It's not real. It's not you. The mind disappeared. What didn't disappear in deep sleep? In your own experience. Awareness didn't disappear. You're aware that nothing exists. Right? That's why you say, no, in the morning you wake up and say nothing was there. That means somebody was there who was aware of it. Awareness didn't disappear. Awareness is your inherent nature.
State of nothingness.
Gnana is knowledge that nothing exists, and I am awareness. In deep sleep, I am Brahman, Gnana is not there. I am is still not known. Thing is there is known. Who am I is not known. In Gnana, I am Brahman. I am the only reality is known. So what you're saying is right. Practically, there's no difference at all between deep sleep and Atmangnana. So what happens? What is the state of an Atmangnana? It's like deep sleep. He's perpetually in a state of deep sleep. He doesn't perceive a world. For us, we think he's interacting with the world. For him, he doesn't perceive a world. He is in a state of deep sleep. But he shines, he knows himself as pure awareness. There is no ignorance. And there's no subtle ignorance. In deep sleep, there's a subtle ignorance. That's why the waking is projected again. That's why even if you go to deep sleep, tomorrow you come back as Savita. Because the subtle ignorance of who am I is not gone. But in the Gnani, there's no more projection possible. Because there's no subtle ignorance that I am something else apart from Brahman. That's the difference. That anyways was supposed to come now in the next sloka. You asked it before that. So you understood? Deep sleep. So one who knows the reality of deep sleep as the real, not the waking or dreaming as the real, but deep sleep is the reality, which is objectlessness, worldlessness. He becomes everything. And when you say everything, don't think he'll become the chair, he's going to become the table, he's going to become that. There is no table chair, there is nothing. There is only consciousness. And the last
And
sloka.
this is Makara, right?
This is Makara.
And this is Makara.
Yeah. So Makara is, the Prakriya of Makara is Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya. Is Makara, which is very evident in deep sleep. Jagat is, you don't even have to say it's Mithya because it's not there at all for you to say. At least in the waking and dreaming, you say something appearing, you say it's unreal. In the deep sleep, it doesn't appear for you to say it's unreal. Brahman alone is. Okay. Last shloka. Amatrascha chaturtho avyavahara prapancho pashamaha shivodvaita evam omkara atma ivasam vishyatmana atmanaha ya evam veda amatrascha. So long it was a matra. Akara, ukara, makara is matra. Still matra, sounds. Now we're talking about the fourth, which is amatrascha, the silence, the fourth aspect of Brahman, which is you. Okay, the waking, dreaming, deep sleep is still an appearance in you. Okay, the waking, the dreaming, even the deep sleep is still a projection in the absolute. The deep sleep also is not the absolute. What is absolute is a turiya. And that turiya is denoted by the silence. There's no sound to denote it. The sound of akara is to denote waking. Sound of ukara is to denote dreaming. Sound of makara is to denote deep sleep. No sound. Silence is to denote the beyond. Because nothing can be spoken about the beyond, which is absolute. Nothing can be told about the absolute reality, which is the only reality. Avyavahara, there cannot be anything, any interaction possible. There is no prapancha there. Prapancha means, pancha means 5. The word is called prapancha. Again, Sanskrit is a beautiful language. It doesn't refer to the objective word. When Sanskrit says prapancha, it doesn't mean word. Pancha means 5 elements. Earth, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jala, Prithvi. Whatever is made up of 5 is prapancha. Okay? So, in the absolute, there is no prapancha. So, you've come to the last shloka. And please, when you're when you're listening to this, when it was told, and the attitude that it was told is, first of all, it is given, the wisdom is passed on in the tradition of Guru, Shishya, master and disciple. The master is supposed to be a Brahmanishta who is established in the absolute truth, who is passing on the wisdom. And when the master is going through shloka 1, 2, 3, 4, each shloka is like an elimination round. Okay? It's a step. You stepped on it to go to the next one. The moment you go to the next one, the previous one becomes obsolete, irrelevant. You're already in the next step. It's not that, okay, this is a prescription, you go back and do something. No. The moment you come to this step, all the whatever is told in the previous steps are, they're no longer hold valid in the presence of the master. So here, what is told is, you are the absolute reality, and there is no creation. There has never been a creation. There will never be a creation. There is no creation. Brahman alone, which is you, are the only reality. Full stop. Shivadvaitam. It is non-dual. It is Omkara. It is self, and which is you are. And one who knows this, one who knows himself as self, merges into the self. And there is, what remains is bliss and peace. There is no world. There is no creation. There is no enlightenment. There is no master. There is no disciple. There is no suffering, no joy, no memory, no next life, no previous life, no this life, no body, no karma, no role, no teaching, no Upanishad. What is now, past, future, has always been, is only the self. The world has never been there. The world, there is no such thing as a world. Kundanji, you're raising your hand.
The beauty of Sanskrit, as much I understand, you said Shiva Advaitam, Shiva Advaitam. That is not there, is Advaita. The Shiva is not the Shiva God.
Yeah.
Shiva is Advaitam. So this complete word is very, very loud, very, very intense if you understand from Sanskrit and the meaning of it.
Yeah. So the word Shiva means that which is not there.
And that is Advaita.
It's non-dual.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, this is not there. It's not real. And what is, you cannot say anything about it. But the absolute truth passed on, which is only passed on by Upanishads, and which is called, who's called perfect masters and Sadgurus, and the teaching of Vedanta. Only here is that there is no world. There has never been anything. You are Brahman. And none of this is told to delude you, confuse you, or extract something from you, just so that you realize the reality as it is. You understand? And this is the ultimate, this is the absolute reality. When I say this is the absolute, again, I'm only pointing, I'm not actually stating it. From the absolute's perspective, there is no world. Which is the reality? To realize this is to be self-realized. That is what self-realization is. It's not just a fancy term. It's not just some, hip term to use. Self-realized, Zen, and dhyana, meditation, all got converted to hip terms. They're not terms. They are reality. There's no, the Gnani doesn't perceive a world. For the Agnani, it appears that the Gnani is perceiving, the Gnani is talking, But Gnani is neither talking, Gnani is neither doing anything. He is in Shivadvaita. And that is Krishna consciousness. That is absolute consciousness. You can call it whatever consciousness, Shiva consciousness. Absolute consciousness is that. A state of no world, no in, no out, only self. Doubt. This is the message of the Mandukya Upanishad. Like I told you, maybe we have touched the tip of the iceberg. The more you dive into it, the more you study, the more you contemplate, the more you understand, more and more opens up. But this is the last 4 slokas is the Phalashruti, how I can implement the wisdom. So it doesn't just stay at the intellectual level. How can I use it in my life? How can it transform my life? Doesn't it transform your life if you pay attention to awareness? You become absolutely free. This moment, you become free from ashrams and gurus also. That is absolute freedom. Okay. Otherwise, you are still somewhere bound that somebody else is higher than me, who has, reins to my liberation. Even that is freed. You are your own light. You are that light of the self. You are the self. Now tell me, with which part of the world, or where, or who tells you this wisdom? That's what I told you. Elimination. You have come to a point where the Guru himself is telling to go to the next level. It won't happen without the Guru. But the end is not the physical master. Then ultimately you have to hold on to the wisdom. Where is your Guru in deep sleep? In deep sleep, is there Guru? Deep sleep, is there God? Nothing is there. You alone are there. That you alone are the reality. Why are you confusing yourself with body, mind, intellect in the waking state? That's the only mistake you're doing, nothing else. And that's the only correction that needs to be done, nothing else. You don't have to alter your life. You don't have to, change relationships. You don't have to change possessions, drop possessions, gain possessions, nothing. The only thing you have to do is change the misconception. Vivek, sleepy. So any doubt? So this is the last shloka of the Mandukya Upanishad. What is the prakriya for this last shloka? The only prakriya is it is Guru Vakya. So it is so because my master has told. That's all. Person who approaches the master with the notion that this person is realized, not coming from human mind. If the person says Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi over. No doubts. The mind doesn't throw any doubt. Okay, for a very advanced sadhaka, that's all that is required. Maybe many times not even speech. It's the sight, or maybe touch, or just presence. This wisdom dawns. So what is the prakriya? What do I have to implement? Nothing. Sit silently, understanding that there is no world. Consciousness alone is real. I am the consciousness. Whatever thought comes, strike it down with Vidya Vritti. So all the Vidya Vritti is already given. The Upanishad in the last 10 shlokas gave you Vritti. It's another Vritti which is called Vidya Vritti. It's like it is thought to destroy thought. With the thorn, you remove the thorn. With the Vidya Vritti, you remove the Avidya Vritti. Once the Avidya Vritti is gone, throw the Vidya Vritti also. Drop even that. Sit as Brahman. Just be Brahman. Brahma with Brahmaiva Bhavat. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to seek. So the Mandukya Upanishad that we have studied is called, what we've done, completed now, is we've completed Upanishad Gnana Yagna. It would not have been possible without all your support. So my gratitude to all of you for participating in the Upanishad Gnana Yagna and giving me an opportunity to speak on the Mandukya Upanishad. I offer this Upanishad Gnana Yagna to the lotus feet of my master, my Guru. And the Upanishad Gnana Yagna brings immense punya or good merit. Whatever good merit I have earned, punya that I have earned, I share it with all of you. May all of you realize the self and become Jivan Muktas. Narayana, 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 Narayana. My pranams to all. So, one Upanishad, one of the most beautiful Upanishads, covers so much. Okay, so much and so much more. So, of course, it's impossible for me to cover everything. Whatever in our few sessions we could cover, we have covered that. But in terms of the core wisdom and teaching, this is all there is. All other Upanishads also give the same messages through different conversations, different ways. So if you get the opportunity to be a part of more Upanishad Gnana Yagnas, always take it. You can never have too much of, you can never have too much of money in this world. You can never have too much of Gnana. More that comes, it's welcome. Not that it will add more to your Gnana or something. Instead of paying attention to, otherwise your attention gets pulled by the word. Your attention gets pulled by wisdom, that's all. Again, you get pulled into your own awareness.
Sadhguru, now you have taught me so much. So what is the Guru Dakshina that I should give, or we should give?
$1 billion.
I don't have.
Or should I take Bitcoin? Vivek, do you have Bitcoins? So the Guru Dakshina, what is the Guru Dakshina to give for the Guru? The only Guru Dakshina is your own merging into self, your own self-realization is the Guru Dakshina. Anything else? What else can you give? Be the Guru. It's the only Guru Dakshina.
And you had also told that you will talk about how you met Prabhuji.
Okay. I just met him in Bangalore, that's all. Short story, 2-mark answer.
10-mark answer.
10-mark, okay, another day sometime. Maybe when you come to Bangalore, I'll tell you in person.
Okay, you tell 5-mark answer now.
So I met Guruji 11 to 12 years ago. I was 21. And
how did you meet him?
So your question within the question. So I have a friend called Surya. He and I are good friends. He's a movie actor, and he went to Guruji's session, and he came back completely transformed. When he came back, he was no longer the same person. He was meditating many hours. And when he opened his mouth, I could see the clear difference that this is not like yesterday you were talking to somebody and they had some consciousness. Today you're talking to somebody, they had different consciousness, completely different consciousness. And it's not like they have learned something, they have read some book, or it's not a bump in knowledge. It's a transformation. His being had changed. And then I told I also want to meet this person who he recommended, please go and meet this person. And anyway, it was close by. Guruji lived in Rajarajeshwari Nagar. I lived in Nagarbavi, which is close, 5 kilometers. I went and met him. And when I met him, I told him, all this spirituality nonsense is for old people. Young people have to, we live our lives, make a lot of money, have women, drink alcohol and watch movies and have fun. And then maybe after that, naturally there'll come a time when we are 60 years old, when there's nothing to do, then we can focus on God. Then he gave me a piece of paper. That time his sessions were in the basement. His house is a beautiful basement. In the basement, it was me and 2 other guys. So I was very rude. I was 21 years old. I was quite rude to him. I didn't know Guru. I didn't know all those things. And he gave me a piece of paper and he told me to write, please write on this that I'll be alive tomorrow. I told, I can't write. Then he told, please go and get a certificate from any doctor that you'll be alive tomorrow. I told, I can't do that. Nobody will give that certificate. Then he told, then how can you tell you'll be alive at 60? When he said that, then my mind blew up. And also the presence, there's a presence there. And he laughed. For something he laughed. When he laughed, that I had never seen a laugh like that in my life. It's enlightened person laughing, right? I didn't know all that. I didn't know enlightened person and all that. But his laugh, I recognized he was not an ordinary person. He looked like a very ordinary person. I was expecting some guru, some beard and Babaji types with some tilak and, all that, with some all gods and God photo and all. Nothing was here. A lot of books like Vivek has. Vivek has all tech books. Guruji has very similar to this, very similar background, full of spiritual books. There are a lot of books. There's a deep silence there. And he laughs. Even now, he laughs. His laugh is not ordinary. That day I knew that this is not an ordinary human being. I didn't know Sadguru and Guru and all that. And I continued to, then the very next day I left him a long message. I told him that, something got activated in me, and I told him that I want to transcend my mind. Then we had some interactions, and he also did I was part of the first 9 months class that he did. My batch was the first batch. He taught all this. And that's all. 5-mark answer is over. and there was the transformation. Then one day my dad wanted to meet him. My dad wanted to know. See, I was very gothic before I met him. I now also have long hair, but back then I had long hair. I had a piercing. I was in a rock band. I knew over 5,000 metal songs. Not one day I told Bhagavad Gita shloka. Then suddenly I started teaching Bhagavad Gita in my own house. Only 1 year after meeting him, because Guruji told teach. And if my Guruji tells something, it's absolute for me. If he told teach, somehow teaching will happen. I don't have to worry about I know the subject or I don't know the subject. He has told teach, I have to teach. That's all. So I sat, I told people can come. My mother was my first disciple. Nobody was there. So I told my mother, you come. I took her to my room and I taught her Bhagavad Gita. First session, my first student was my mother. And she started crying. She started crying and she's hearing all this from me. And then my dad started seeing, because people started coming home to attend satsangs. My dad started seeing, what is this guy doing? Maybe he thought something new. Okay, this is some new fashion, new trend. Then he started seeing people doing namaskar and all, then, prostrating to my feet. He got confused. Then he told, I want to meet your Guruji. He came and he asked my Guruji, I didn't come here to listen to you. I just came to see who is the man who transformed my son so much. The exact words he used was, you have made Bhagavad Gita come out of bhoot. Bhuta means ghost, demon. So bhutad vayal Bhagavad Gita barta hai. So he told, meaning my physical appearance was like that. And he told, he wanted to see who is this guy who brought so much transformation in my son. And then he met Guruji. And, my mother also attended sessions. And Guruji also found a wife for me. We got married in Guruji's house. We got married many times. We got married 3 times in Guruji's house. And then we got married, all those, reception and all that marriage. 7 times we got married. And so from then on, we've been, our focus has always been Guruji and satsang. And passing on the wisdom in whatever way we can. And that has brought us to this point. And I've done, I can't say I have done it. I'm fortunate to say Lord has chosen this body mind to do some work for some time. I'm fortunate. It's like a lottery, 1 in a billion get the lottery. So Lord randomly picks somebody. Okay, from whose mouth shall I come out? I won that lottery ticket. And here I am. Nothing I did. Please understand, I have not done any sadhana. You don't have to, there's nothing on my part. In the essence of the story is Guru. Nothing on my part. I didn't do any sadhana, no meditation. The only thing that I did was, I made him my focus, and I sincerely spent time there. That's the only thing that I did. Went and it's like the meat going and lying in front of the tiger. That's all that I did. Like a meat, I went and rested in front of him. Whatever he could eat up, he ate up. Whatever is left, you're seeing. So that's 5-mark answer. So today is it's also the concluding session of the Mandukya Upanishad. It's also hopefully the concluding session of my sessions. Thank you all for being a part of these sessions. Hope you have benefited. For all those who want, like I said in the last class, again, I'm repeating. If you have the opportunity to connect with Sadhguru Prabhuji directly, when you have the time, maybe later he'll be too big that you can't connect with him. So when you have the opportunity, take it. There are multiple groups, some notice board group and many other groups. I know it'll be a little overwhelming initially. You can't navigate, but just follow the thread of his sessions. And if you want to participate in those children's program and study circles, you can do so in your own capacity and interest and keep the momentum going, especially those who have children. Now that the children's session also have ended, all the children can move to the iLead program. It's similar to the Gita Gurukul, but it's another level up with a lot more offerings and a lot more children, and they directly get to interact with.
Recently, I enrolled my mom into Bhagavad Gita class, which Vijay one class got over last week.
Okay, very nice.
And I put Shriyans as well in
iLead.
one of the program that is happening now for Krishna Janmashtami.
Okay, you can have him join iLead, and all the adults can follow. I mean, if you want, you can. Guruji keeps giving talks almost every other day. You can follow that, and those who come to Bangalore, you're always welcome to meet him. Meet me and him, of course. You're welcome to our house, and you're welcome there as well. You just have to let us know before you plan, and your meeting will be arranged. You can just go, and either you could come here or there or both. Up to you. Okay, so whatever I knew, whatever I could give, I've given. And I can't say I have given. It was supposed to happen. Even if I didn't want it, it would happen.
You bless this as well.
Okay, so we have, for the people who are here, we have some prasadam as well. Please have and go. And whoever are close to Pallaviji, she'll give you prasad. Otherwise, you prepare prasad at home for Krishna, and you can have it.
I promised to come home once.
You're not audible, Prasadji.
I promised to come to UK and home once.
Not audible.
Can you hear me now? Is it audible now?
Yeah.
Okay, there's some problem with the mic. Now you had promised to come to UK and visit our home once.
Yeah. So I think that's planned for next year. I'll be visiting my brother who lives in Dublin.
Okay.
He's coming here in Jan. After he goes back, probably we'll visit in 2000. Anyway, there's Corona and all that.
Yeah.
So we'll visit in 2022, hopefully.
Okay.
That time we'll plan to come.
Please do grace us our home also.
We are Pallavi's neighbor, close by, so please don't forget.
Neighbor, okay.
My first guru, my proper guru.
So proper and improper guru also.
No.
So tomorrow I'll put the same message on the group, and tomorrow you're all free to exit the group right now. Tomorrow we'll shut down the group, and then all of you can get streamlined into light of self if you want. Otherwise, it becomes too much, too many things. You have to export it before tomorrow. Otherwise, they disappear. Anyway, everything is unreal. If you've understood what I've told you today, you don't need it.
Please give the access to Atma Darshana sessions for one day at least.
To the session. No. So the Atma Darshana sessions on the Gita Guru channel. So all the sessions I have made it private. It will just be as a record, and hopefully it will disappear someday.
No. For 1 or 2 days, please make it available. No?
So what I'll do is I'll share Atma Darshana playlists, another Atma Darshana playlist by Prabhuji, which will be more meaningful at this point of time. So it's going to the past versus going ahead. You need to go ahead. Okay. So I'll send you what is required. All right.
Today's session link, please send Guruji. Don't do it like last Atma Darshana private and all. Today's session.
Yeah.
Today's
Today
session.
was a lovely recap and it was a beautiful.
Today's session I'll send.
Fine.
Okay, fine.
Don't make it private now.
But eventually that will also become. You can you do your stuff. You download. You do whatever you want to do.
I'm actually making Janmashtami tindis for Krishna, and there is a Guruji's radio going on in the background.
Oh, okay, very nice.
So I have just downloaded the audio version of it, so it doesn't take too much of space.
Very
And
nice.
the videos don't distract me, so it's just pure Guruji's talking and Guruji radio.
Very nice. Very good. That's the meaning of Guru coming to your house. You don't have, your house has become Gurukul now. May all of your houses be Gurukuls, ashrams, okay? Create enlightened beings, fill the world with peace and love.
Thank you, Guruji. Accept my pranam.
Thank you, Sadhguru.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Guru.
We're closing now. I think we're spending some time here with offline. Those who want to stay can stay back online. Those who want to exit, pranams.
Thank you.
Namaste, Kundanji.
Thank you very much, Jen.
Namaste, Jogaji. Namaste, Bitlavji.
One question, Krishna ji.
So just before that, my gratitude to Vivek, who has
Of course.
been the force here, and Pallavi ji for bringing most of you here for all the marketing from Dublin, London, and bringing many of you here, and many children also here. So if you can take the responsibility to take all the children to iLead, that'll be good. So what I'm thinking for the children group is, we can, if the people are, many people are interested in the children's group, that group itself can be, the iLead mentors can join that group instead of taking all these people and creating another group. Anyway, the group exists. You can just put whoever is the iLead representative onto that group. Okay, Pallavi, you can contact, coordinate that with, Umaji or Ashwini ji. And those of you who are interested to, get in touch with Light of Self and all, just ping me privately. I'll give you Umaji's contact. I don't want to randomly post her contact in the group. Whoever is interested to join those groups of Guruji, please ping me offline. I'll share Umaji's contact with you.
Is this what Krishna ji was just telling us, like way ahead and more, advanced talks?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And also the continuation. So Atma Darshana sessions, whoever wants to join, they can join directly Guruji's Atma Darshana sessions. When it'll happen, how it'll happen, where it'll happen, they'll post on the group.
All right. All right. Thanks.
So Guruji he's retired now.
Okay.
He was in a very senior position, tech position. He's taken voluntary retirement to dedicate his life for teaching. So all the time he spends his time in doing these sessions. There are all kinds of audiences. Whoever you resonate with, whichever batch whichever offering you resonate with, you can. And it's the same kind of setup. No money, no expectation. You can go when you want. You can not go when you don't want. It's complete freedom. Okay.
So does he have different language sessions? I mean, like,
yeah. So
I've seen
Hindi, Kannada, and English as of now.
Yeah, I have seen his Kannada and English.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll share with you the Hindi Atma Darshan sessions, maybe if that's useful for you.
Yeah, Hindi and English both, if you can.
Yeah. So sure.
All right. Thank you.
Krishna ji, I would also like to get access to, if there is a group like that or, content.
I'll share that with you. I'll share that with you guys offline. Privately, I'll share that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Krishna ji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vivek. Thank you for arranging.
Yeah. Thanks to Vivek for making it happen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Take it busy with something. He's making,
Thank
he's
you.
distributing prasad.
And also thanks to Shanti for introducing me.
Yeah. Yeah, I cannot forget thanking my beautiful wife. Without her cooperation, none of this was possible.
Absolutely.
Around
Yeah,
Guruji,
thank
I
you,
wanted to see your
Thank
wife,
you,
your
Smita.
parents.
I want to see you.
So lucky I am. Oh, namaste. Your name, please? Smita.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
So she is
Thank you, Smita.
she is Guruji's daughter, as in she's not biological daughter. So Guruji told, she's not my biological daughter, but she's my daughter. I'm giving you my daughter. So I said, fine. If you are giving me your daughter, why should I reject? So any question, Mithali ji? सब क्लियर हो गया?
हाँ, क्लियर है, क्लियर हो गया।
मांडुक्य उपनिषद क्लियर है?
समझ में आ गया है। अब उसको रियल लाइफ के साथ, जैसे आपने बोला ना कि इसको हमारे रियल लाइफ के साथ इसको हमें अटैच करना है, किस तरीके से हमारे सिचुएशंस के साथ कैसे हम लोग उससे
सब हो जाएगा, सब रियल लाइफ से। तो जब ये ज्ञान आपको मिलता है, वो आपके कुछ कर्म से नहीं मिलता है, वो भगवान की कृपा है। तो वो वही कृपा में वो ज्ञान मिलने के बाद क्या करना है उसका भी ज्ञान है। तो विजडम दैट brought you this wisdom also will take care of the rest. Not like you have to do anything. That's what is called surrender. Just surrender, just be. The whole life will be taken care of.
जैसे आज आपका सेशन एंड हो रहा है, तो थोड़ा सा मन में एंजाइटी है कि इसके बाद कैसे हम लोग ऐसे ही चीजों को प्रैक्टिस करते रहे, या सुनना भी बहुत जरूरी है अपने आप को रिमाइंड कराने के लिए। तो मैं यही समझ रही कि वो भी टेकन केयर ऑफ हो जाएगा।
जब भी आप किसी में एनी ऑफ यू, आप में से किसी को भी, एनी ऑफ यू नीड एनी insight, wisdom, help from today onwards, from now onwards, it will come to you at the right time, the right way.
सही बात है, क्योंकि आपसे मिलना भी, वो भी ऑब्वियसली गॉड का ग्रेस ही है, अदरवाइज ये भी नहीं हो पाता इतने दूर में बैठ के, और ये चीज होना ये कृपा ही है, अदरवाइज नॉट पॉसिबल था ही नहीं। और हमें यहाँ बैठ के प्रभु जी के बारे में पता चला, और अभी ये सोच रहे हैं कि हाँ, उनके साथ भी हम लोग अगर संपर्क स्थापित हो सके, वेरी मतलब हमारे लिए अच्छा होगा कि लाइफ और थोड़ा सा एनरिच होगा। रियली गुड।
तो मेरा क्लासेस थोड़ा बोरिंग जैसा है।
नहीं, आपका क्लास बोरिंग नहीं है, मैं आपको ये बताना चाह रही थी।
प्रभु जी के क्लास में आपको हंसने से फुर्सत ही नहीं मिलेगी। हम लोग इतना हंसते थे, पूरा क्लास, पेट में दर्द होता था, इतना हंसते थे। वो इतना हंसा के बोलते हैं और सिखाते हैं। अभी तो वो सब प्रेजेंटेशन में वैसा नहीं दिखता, पर आप जब वहां बैठेंगे उनके सामने, इतना हंसाते हैं, इतना मन तो सरल हो जाता है। और वो प्रेजेंस में उसके बारे में बोल नहीं सकता, आप देखिए।
हाँ, देखा मैंने, कुछ वीडियोस मैंने सुना है उनको, लेकिन मैं आपको ये बताना चाह रही थी कि जैसे सुमन जी कहते हैं ना, पहला गुरु, जो पहली बार जिनसे हम सीखते हैं ना, वो अलग ही लेवल होता है उनके साथ समझने का, अंडरस्टैंडिंग का। उसके बाद जब दूसरे में जाते हैं ना, तो हमेशा पहला वाला लगता है वो ज्यादा इजी था ये समझने के लिए हमें ना, क्योंकि हम लोग उस लेवल पे सेट हैं। अभी हमारा लेवल डिफरेंट, उसमें फिर ट्यून करना पड़ेगा रेडियो को। तो थोड़ा सा लगता है, लेकिन हाँ, हो जाएगा ऑब्वियसली, क्योंकि
हो जाएगा।
ये जो चीजें मिली है उसको अब छोड़ना नहीं है ऑब्वियसली।
You guys are not taking? No. The prasad you gave? Yeah, you just share that with everybody, no? Yeah, just share. We just have some prasad here for everybody.
One thing I wanted to tell was from the beginning, I was more attracted to these sessions because there was absolutely no hypocrisy whatsoever with whatever you spoke, which I don't really see in most other classes or sessions, or even in general while interacting with people in the world. There is too much hypocrisy, which was not present. If you don't know, you just say simply don't know. If it's no, you strictly so no. Or if it's yes, you confidently say yes. There's no probabilities in saying yes, no, or don't know. There's confidence in it. And no discrimination in any kind of matter. So this is what I liked since the beginning.
Yeah. So again, all my Guru's grace, whatever I learned, whatever behavior also is there, it's whatever I learned from my Guru, how to be a Guru. Even this, even I'm eating in front of you all right now, cake. My Guru happily eats in front of all of us. So I also eat. If he was like, no, after everybody leaves in secret, I'll eat, I would also probably do like that. But he eats happily. Everybody eats, he also eats. Even I'm eating. So all of you are not eating anything? You can start having there. Pallavi, you can start sharing the prasad.
I'm missing the cake which Vivek used to get.
Yeah, you're missing the cake. It tastes much better.
I'm still in Udupi, so I really missed today's live session.
But you can keep the WhatsApp group, right? Why are you trying to close that also? It feels very sad I know now the explanation, I'm Atma, Brahma, these are all concepts, everything. I understand every time I go back and tell all this, but still, why do you want to delete the group? I understand this is a concept, but still. We are still interacting with the Vyavaharika Jivan.
So all of you can save my number. You're all free to contact me personally. So in the group, for me, I think so it's been some time. There are many people who are not active also. For them, they might be in a situation where, I can't leave, I can't go. It's like they're obligated because of some relationships. So just remove that problem altogether. Anyway, there's no loss, right? There's no loss for any of you. In fact, there is more gain. So that otherwise it becomes too many groups. In Light of Self Foundation itself, will be at least 3 groups, some notice board group, some other group, another group. So already that will be there. At some point, this will also become pain. And I'm always there offline.
Yeah, actually, Krishna ji, I mean, we keep getting anecdotes and kind of, this messages, spiritual messages. So that gives us a feeling of staying connected, right?
That will be continued. That's the same pattern in the other group also. The same wisdom. Okay. So there's a lot of overlap there. Many times, whatever I share is from that group.
Okay.
Yeah, not that I created it or I found it somewhere.
So how to get connected to that? You will connect us into that? Or?
I will share you Umaji's contact.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like individually, you just have to, I think Prasad has already done that process.
Okay.
He has contacted her and he's already been added to the group.
Okay. Do we have to name the groups? Because there's one for children and one for adults.
Yeah. So the children, you just tell her that, ask them to add them to the children's group. Adults, you anyway tell. You just have to tell her, that's all.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right.
I've already told her that all of you are, I'm sending a river her side. So she'll expect the influence.
Do you visit anytime to Delhi NCR?
I did a workshop in Delhi. Hopefully, if that same opportunity comes out through work, if I come there, I'll definitely get in touch.
Yeah, please let us know.
I want to go to Akshardham.
Okay, that's very approximately 10 kilometers away from where do I live.
Oh, okay, very nice.
Yeah.
So I want to see that someday.
Yeah, so let us know if you visit here.
Sure, definitely. So
I'll
when
take you along.
if you ever come to Bangalore, please let us know.
Yeah, sure.
All of you are more than welcome here.
Absolutely.
To our house and also Prabhuji's house.
Absolutely, sure. We'll be blessed.
Yeah. So some of you, I don't know if others know, Prasadji and Pallaviji, when they had come to Bangalore, they met. They had come to our house and Prabhuji's house.
Yeah, I know. We have seen that live. I was also into the session, and they were there at your place, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
In fact, Binaji was also there, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Bina also was there.
Yeah.
Missing all the Prasad, Bina.
Yeah, but more than that, I think I will miss your sessions.
I'll also miss.
Yeah, it's like we are used to one syllabus, and it's like switching from ICSE syllabus to CBSE suddenly, and it's difficult to,
It's the same, okay? Don't have that notion. Whatever my master has told, I have told. I have not added anything on my own, neither deleted.
Yeah, even though
except the laugh that I can't replicate.
Yeah.
Except the only thing missing there and here is laugh.
No, even though the content would be same, but your students would be used to one way of teaching, and
my students are used to one user interface. Now
Yeah.
the interface is changing.
So it's difficult for us to suddenly switch to another syllabus.
Okay. For enlightenment is okay.
So it might take some time for us to, maybe as Sumanji said, for us, you are our first and true guru. So
as long as it happens in this lifetime, it's fine. Otherwise, you don't come back to the lifetime. I won't come back, okay?
Pinaji, even that is a concept.
That's also a concept, yeah.
Yeah. So
but one who's in the concept is a real concept.
Just have this belief that what you are transcending into will be always better than what it is right now. So it will always be the advancement, right? As Krishnaji told us. So just complete surrender.
Yeah.
The rest, everything will fall in place.
This grace brought us to this Guruji. Now, if the grace wants us to take to the next Guruji, if the information, Jnana wants to keep following, fall into our basket, our brains, buddhi, let it happen from wherever it has to happen. We'll only witness.
After listening to all this, when you guys go to Guruji, when you open your mouth, you'll see that this kid has done a good job. Not bad. It is not disappointing. Okay, don't go there and tell stupid things, okay? or whatever Guruji asks, you ask him who is asking the question. If he asks something, tell I am Brahman. All these Maya questions I don't want to answer. He'll try to trap you. He's very intelligent, okay? He'll try to trap you in so many ways. Don't fall for any traps. Don't leave the absolute. He'll tell, oh, okay, all that's fine. You just it's all your intellectual understanding. Have you realized it? Do you experience it? Then then you tell, is Brahman experience? Brahman is beyond experience. How can I experience Brahman? Then he'll tell, oh, if you realize Brahman, have you become thoughtless? How does being Brahman, having thought or no thought matter to Brahman? Thought is an appearance in Brahman. Brahman allows everything. That's why there's creation. No? Brahman allows creation, which is not Brahman, which is not real. So don't fall for anything. That's a test of your enlightenment and test of my capability. I'm telling you all the Vaiva questions and answers.
I was about to tell, why are you doing all the cheating things?
Prepping us for next level.
Whatever I'm telling is not cheating. It's absolute. That's how you should technically be in life. Tomorrow,
that should come from my buddhi, not spoon fed.
What can come from your buddhi? Only cow dung, no? I didn't tell it harshly in Kannada, but okay.
Yeah, in my head, it sounded Gobra.
So ultimately, whatever gnana comes is Guru's gnana only, not your gnana.
Correct.
Next session, Sureka will be Digambara. Only the hair will be covering the body. Become childlike, fully enlightened. Avadut.
Guruji, are there any multiple tracks currently going on with the Prabhuji? Or is it only one live session? Or
Yeah, so so I'll tell you what, to narrow things down, don't even bother about activities which doesn't involve him. Okay? He is doing himself Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, and some other text. I think Viveka Chudamani.
Nowadays, Puroksha Anubhuti as well, I think.
Aparoksha. So he takes up some texts and he does some talks, which if you are here, you're welcome to join in person. That's one of his offerings. Then parallelly, he's doing 9-month session, which is exactly like the one you went through. 1 class per month. That's happening. I think the new batch is going to start. Apart from that, the third thing that he does is special occasions, like festivals, some special occasion. There'll be some satsang. Ultimately, it's just this kind of discussions with the people, and he's speaking.
And it's from the same single link that you were just telling us, right?
Yeah. One thread.
All right.
Yeah, one thread. Yeah.
Oh.
all we need to do is contact the person, that the number that you're going to send us, and join just one group.
No, it'll be 2 groups. One group to get the teaching. One group where Guruji posts teaching, like how I used to do in the group, and one group called Notice Board, which recently they moved all the notice boards, as in event updates, to a separate group because it was becoming too much. Like 300, 400 people on each group. So yeah, 2 groups. One utility value for notice board for you to get the link of the talk to attend live or offline, and the other one to just interact with Guruji.
Okay.
So it's preferable to go to the classes that we can interact.
Yeah.
For online YouTube session.
Yeah, whenever you can get the opportunity, you can attend classes. They keep happening. So don't think if you miss some class, you miss something. The message is the same. Nothing else is there to say. You're not the body, mind, intellect. You're Brahman. But in different ways, that's all.
But sometimes I was just following the children's Bhagavad Gita classes. I found the timings was not fitting because it's on Saturday morning, 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. or so, which is like 4:30 or 5:30 for us in the morning. So I was like thinking how to put it here.
Oh, for Satwik? No, iLead has children from all over the globe.
Okay.
Then they'll probably put him in the same time zone group.
Okay. No, this is the problem with bhajan classes as well. I enrolled Shriyans, but now it is summer holidays for him, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's going to be during the school timings after a couple of weeks when his school starts. So
okay.
Yeah, I will have to ask them maybe.
Yeah. No, thank you. Take this. Everybody had? Smita made this, huh? Yeah, go ahead. You can also have second serving. You're dieting.
Me? Food is not something I want.
Please, Archie.
World only is not there. It's never been there. It's not there, it's never been there. You have not been anything apart from enlightened. That's what you'll see. when you realize the self. Nothing else will change. Nothing else will change. What more changed than the world disappearing? Whatever is changing, that will disappear. What is unchanging, which is self, will remain unchanging. That can never change. Which is the case even now. Even now, if you look in your memory, the I has never been affected. You're only identifying with something that got affected, which also got affected. There was, to say that it got affected is not, it's not the right thing. Mind, the body, let's say in childhood you got some chicken pox or something. That body doesn't exist now. It's not the same body that you have now. The one that got the disease is not there now. And even when you got the disease, the body was not real. Your notion of the disease is only some experience, some sensation in the body, which was happening momentarily, not all the time. Was it happening all the time? Vivek? You lost your teeth now. Was the experience throughout?
Group.
Continue. Huh? The loss was there, and then there was something to be done. But your focus and your attention in your, the problem, was it prominent all the time? It appeared and it disappeared. When you thought of it, it came, you went there. Then you got immersed in work, it disappeared. When it disappeared, it actually disappeared. It's not there. You think it is there, it's not there. You understand? And when it came to the foreground, it only came as sensation. Some sensation, some pain, right? And you had a feeling that the pain is here. But scientifically, where is the pain? It's in the brain here. It's in this back part of the brain. But you're feeling the pain here. That's the illusion. So if the pain is not here, it's here. Is it here also? Here also it's not there. That is what the Gnani, that is how Ramana Maharshi is able to, without anesthesia, get a surgery done. He's able to observe the pain and see that it's not there. Ultimately, that Gnana has to seep to that level where you're able to observe pain also. Because that's one thing that the mind slips at, the physical pain. Psychology, you can, okay, if somebody shouts at me, you can bar it, telling that, okay, this is an illusion. But physical pain is when you slip. Array, it's happening to my leg. I am hurt. That is when you need to become, that is the beauty of Vipassana. In Vipassana, for 10 days, you go through immense pain. It's not easy to sit in meditation for 10 hours without any outlet expression. The body creates pain. All kinds of pain, diseases also. People start getting rashes and everything. The body is starting to create because there's no expression mechanism. The body starts expressing. You're just, shut. Then you're able to observe the pain. You're able to see it appears and disappears. It comes and goes, comes and goes. Then when it goes, you catch the gap, and that gap increases. Even when the pain is there, you're able to suction. The soldiers are able to do that in a different way. When they're in intense pain, their notion, their higher devotion takes over. They're not able to feel the pain.
Soldiers now being taught how to withstand torture.
Withstand torture, right? Yeah. So it's mind over matter, consciousness over mind. Pain is the ultimate, because if you're able to transcend pain, you're free. And all the people who are not have children yet, you can have painless delivery. No pain.
Guruji, if it is okay, can we all have a group photo?
How will you take?
I'll take a print screen. You can ask the offline participants to go behind you. Then all the people can on their videos, and we'll take a print screen of us ourselves.
Okay, come everybody.
Shanti ji, Beena ji, can you please, if possible?
Come down. Yeah, I think Beena is pending. Beena, you're able to hear us?
Yeah, welcome.
You have to go on video, taking a group
Yeah.
photo.
Yeah.
All the husband and wives come together. Where are the children? Are children available? Yeah. Satvik. Anushka.
I'll call her. Okay, she's gone out to play.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Okay. Someone's fan is only visible.
Who's taking the print screen? I think Sumanji is taking. Should I click here? No, anyway, it's on video. We can always print screen it later. Okay. Okay. Shall we close for today?
Yeah. My pranam.
Pranams to all.
Pranam.
Thank you, Sadhguru. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you for all
Thank you,
the
everyone.
Thank you for all the
everyone.
co-participants, because of all of your questions, lot of other jnana and new things also were learned.
Right.
Yeah, especially to Pallavi ji. She asked so many questions on me.
I'm very
Other the
dumb.
final, how Guruji met his guru, that was like icing on the cake.
So Pallaviji has earned a lot of punya.
No, I'm very dumb that I had to ask that many questions.
No. Actually, you put so many questions in the WhatsApp group also, and we got answers, and you got our plan.
Earned extra punya, Pallaviji.
Absolutely.
Thanks to Vivek ji, thanks to Pallavi ji, everyone. And
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you to everyone.
Thanks, all. Bye.
Bye. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Jogaji.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, bye.